Hey everybody, it's James with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel. The live stream messed up again, so I'm just probably going to stick to just recording these normal for a little while. Maybe I've got to update the YouTube app or something. I don't know. But today is June 6th, 2018, and here are our comic book pickups for the week. Now, I've said in other videos, you know it by now, I try to pick up each of the boys one comic each per week. Sometimes it's two, sometimes it's more than two, but it's at least one. And then a lot of times I'll pick up one plus these True Believers cheap Marvel reprints. So this week, it's a little different than most weeks because there was nothing new that the boys currently are into or are reading. Well, there's the True Believers that you can see right here. So I had to go into back issue bins, but there was a new book for me, and there's barely ever a new book for me. So here we go. All right, so last video I told you that the True Believers Wolverine, there was only one of them that came in last week. And these True Believers reprints, they're dollar reprints that Marvel does that kind of coincide that something that's currently going on either in multimedia, like a movie, cartoon, or a storyline that's currently happening. So they were doing a bunch of Wolverine ones. And there was only one Wolverine one last week, so I figured that that was probably the end of the Wolverine ones. And it turns out that is the case. Now they're switching over to Ant-Man and Wasp reprints in the build-up for the new movie coming out. Oh, real quick, I want to say really fast. Wolverine. Just yesterday, they had an announcement that there was a new Wolverine series coming. He's got a new power where his claws heat up. That's super dumb. Wolverine's claws already cut through everything. There's no reason for the heated power, unless, of course, you don't want to show blood in comics, and you're wanting him to kind of close the wounds as he cuts them with the heated claws. Either way, it's dumb. You don't need it. Just bring Wolverine back, make Wolverine like he was before, and it would sell. He doesn't need a stupid new power. Anyway, Ant-Man and Wasp, a new movie coming out, so the True Believers right now will probably focus on these for a while, for at least a couple weeks. There's only this one this week, but I've already seen the list for next week, and there are other True Believers Ant-Man and Wasps on there. This one reprints two stories from two different issues of Astonishing Tales, or Tales to Astonish, I'm sorry. Issue 35 with the return of Ant-Man, and the cover, which was Tales to Astonish number 49, Ant-Man Becomes Giant Man. So at only $1 a piece, the boys will enjoy checking those out. Keaton had to have a book, like I've already said, so I went back in the Venom back issues and tried to find a series where all the issues are there. So that way if I start it, he'll be able to finish it. I buy all my comics from Queen City Comics in Fairfield, Ohio, by the way. So, Venom the Hunger, all 4 issues of this were in there, so I went ahead and grabbed one of these so you can read this whole series. I gotta say, the art is funky. It is not very good. But maybe the story will be good. Lee Kaminsky words, Ted Halstead pencils. I don't know. Keaton might like the art. I'm not a big fan of it. But there it is. So that's what he's getting this week. This was kind of cool, where it has kids' drawings in here. Venom fan art page. That's kind of cool. Alright, so that's what he's getting. Blaze, let me know anytime that he doesn't have a book he would like to keep going with the Marvel Legacy Daredevil Mayor Fisk storyline. It's probably because he's catching up on the Netflix series, so he's in a Daredevil mood. So I got him $5.96 last week, and $5.97 is this week. I like the art on this. It's very clean. Reminds me of Dave Mazzucchelli's Batman Year One. I'll have to ask him what he's thinking about the story, though. And then last for this week is Ghostbusters Crossing Over number 3. This book is for me, and now that I'm calling it quits on Amazing Spider-Man, this is my only current book that I'm buying each week, or each month, I guess. All the Ghostbusters IDW series has been good. This one is currently Crossing Over, and that is a storyline where all the Ghostbusters from different dimensions are crossed over into this book. We've got the Prime Universe Ghostbusters, which is our movie Ghostbusters. The Chicago Ghostbusters, which are also in the Prime Dimension, and these are Ghostbusters that appeared in previous storylines. They were new Ghostbusters. This Ron Alexander guy is supposed to be Chevy Chase. Then there's the rookie from the video game. There's Janine. Let's see. Ghostbusters Cadets from the Series 101. And then we've got the Answer the Call Ghostbusters, if you're into Answer the Call. I'm not into Answer the Call. I don't like Answer the Call. Real Ghostbusters from the cartoon series. The Extreme Ghostbusters from the Extreme Ghostbusters series, which I actually really did enjoy. And Real Ghostbusters, of course, is fantastic. Then we've got the Sanctum of Slime Ghostbusters from the game. We've got some support staff. So that's all the Ghostbusters that are currently crossed over in this book. The art is by Danny Schoening, which is always great. And the writing is by Eric Burnham, which is also always great. And I'm not going to show you all this because I don't want to spoil it for you. And that is it for the week, man. Very odd week for me to get a new book and the boys to not get new books. For me to have to go in the back issue bins for them. As I've said on other videos, if you have suggestions for us to read, I can't promise that we'll check them out for sure. There's a lot of dapple lighting going on right now. My wife is a photographer, so that's a photography term, dapple light. Anyway, so I can't promise that we'll definitely read them, but if you suggest something and then one of us finds it intriguing, we might pick it up. But that's it for this week. I'll see you guys again next week with our weekly comic book pickups. See you guys.